Hello everybody, my name is Letho, and I am bringing you a StarCraft 2 replay between two professional StarCraft players, Socke, down on the bottom right corner of Antigua Shipyards, spawning as the light blue Protoss, and Nerchio, our pink Zerg on the top left part of Antigua Shipyards. Now, Socke doesn't really play all that often in tournaments. I've seen him primarily in DreamHacks. I don't know what his most recent tournament win was, but I do know that his current highest ranked division is he is ranked 1 in North America Ladders Master. I don't know if he's got any other accounts that I could not find. The only account I could find, I'm assuming it's North America, since I'm set to the North American server, is rank 1 Masters, which is pretty good. I mean, that is very impressive. But it doesn't quite live up to our Zerg player, Nerchio. Nerchio, in the profile I could find for him, is ranked 11 Grandmasters, which is pretty damn impressive, if I must say. We can see Nerchio moving out. Looks like he's going to go for... Well, I was about to say it looks like he's going to go for a quick expand, but the drone's moving out. Looks like he's just going to scout his opponent. Socke moving up, finds his Zerg on the first go. Looking like he wants to do a Forge Fast Expand, which is the preferred build against Zergs. I think he just ran up to see the pool timing, that way he could feel safe doing so, which, given that the pool just now went down at 14, he's probably going to feel safe enough to go ahead and drop the Nexus first. Yep, you can see his probe line moving across. Getting ready to drop that second. Going Nexus first against the Zerg on this big of a map is going to give him a really good economic advantage early on, which is something that you really need against a good Zerg like Nerchio. Yep, there goes the Nexus, and it looks like Nerchio is going to sit this drone here to try to... Whoa, that was interesting. He dropped a hatch and then canceled it. I think he was planning on leaving the hatch there to try to block the Forge, and he's doing a really good job of doing so now. He's harassing the crap out of Socke, keeping him from... There's the Forge. Forge does manage to go down right as the drone moved out of range. He almost lost the drone, but it gets away. Overlord spread now, moving out across the map. Up in Camp Nerchio, he did a double extractor trick. Supply blocked himself a little bit to get out 6 early Zerglings to try to attack before that Forge goes down. Or, there we go, that's why. Pylon blocked by Socke on Nerchio's own expansion. And if the Protoss goes Forge Fast Expand, the Zerg has to either do really early 1-base roach pressure to break down that front door, or he has to expand really quickly and catch up. Because a Zerg that's down on expansions is a Zerg that's probably going to lose the game. First photon cannon going down, making a perfect wall off. And in fact, there goes a pylon to block off the cannon. I really like the placement of the cannon, the pylon, and the Forge by Socke. He's really defending his base extremely well. The Zerglings are going to get here right before the photon cannon finishes, but it's really not going to matter. They're going to try to run by. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a probe stop. He's hold position right there in the mineral line where the cannon can't reach him. That is really good play by Nerchio just to try to harass Socke's probe line. I'm saying Socke and Socke. I'm not really sure which way to do it. I think I'm just going to call him Socke at this point. We've got both gas now finished up in the main for Socke. Expansion going down for Nerchio. Here comes the third from Nerchio, trying to catch up in that economic disadvantage he's got now. The Zergling's still here doing a little bit of damage, but I really don't think they're going to do a whole lot. I mean, he's lost a couple probes. He might... No, he's not even going to lose one more. That Ling's going to be forced out. Not a massive deal for Socke. He held it very well. He's got 25 probes to the Zerg's 22 drones. So now the Zerg, what he really needs to do, Nerchio needs to drone up. And he needs to drone up quick. Since he didn't go for the Roach early pressure, he needs to get a lot of drones really quickly. That way he can get the economic advantage he needs with these 3 bases and start pressuring the Protoss player before the Protoss player is allowed to do whatever he wants. Now you see we got +1 attack coming from Socke. We've got Warp Gate coming. Another pylon going down. He almost supply blocked himself, but Nerchio did supply block himself. He currently can't make any more drones, and as I say that, the Overlord pops and he's able to drone up a little bit more. He's got a Queen at the natural, Queen at the main. I don't see... Nope, there is a Queen at the third. So he'll be able to keep his larva injects up to date. Zergling now chasing away a scout probe. I don't think Socke knows about... Nope, he knows about the third. Alright, so he knows that he's got to lay on a little bit of pressure to keep the Zerg from getting that massive economy that they so love to have. But so far, all I'm seeing is a single gateway from Socke. So unless he's planning to go some crazy tech route, I don't know what kind of pressure he's going to be able to lay on really early. We've got metabolic boost now coming through. Socke's first stalker coming up to kill off the Overlord from Nerchio, and I really like this decision. Nerchio is completely unaware of these gateways because Socke waited until the Overlord ran past before he threw him down. So now he's got 4... He'll have a total of 4 gates by the time this Overlord dies and these gates finish. And he'll be able to exert a lot of early pressure. Well, I can't really say early anymore, 8 minutes into the game. But he'll be able to exert a good deal of pressure. +1 attack finishing up right now. +1 armor for the Zerg going down, which is a really good decision. I think Nerchio kind of meted a little bit and figured that this early, +1 attack for Protoss would be coming down. So he got the +1 defense to keep his Zerglings from dying in 2 hits from his Zealot. As you can see right now, with the +1 attack having just finished, the Zealot only has to swing twice and that Zergling goes down. It's so good against early Zerg pressure if you get that +1. That way your Zealots just completely devastate all Zerglings that come across. Now the 4 gateways for Socke are just finishing up. He's got a pylon over here on the high ground, and these Zerglings are going to scout. But this Zealot over here trying to do some work on these Zerglings, and see what I mean? He's taking them down in 2 hits. Is he going to save the pylon? No, he cannot. But he does kill all but one of those Zerglings. Now we have a bunch of Zealots moving into the main. Ooh, Zergling's got a perfect surround on him right there. Zealots are doing so much damage because that +1 armor isn't finished yet. But the Zerglings are going to be able to take that down without too much hassle. There's another proxy pylon right there. Zerglings ran right by it. Did they? Nope, they see it. This Zealot over here going to get surrounded and just completely destroyed. Overlord moving back out. That pylon goes down. So all in all, not the greatest bit of aggression from Socke, and you can see he's taking his third. He doesn't feel confident with just 2 bases against a 3-base Zerg. He wants to get another economic stronghold. Both players doing a really good job of keeping their minerals somewhat low. Here comes a good Zergling counter by Nerchio, and I think he definitely went straight for that third. That is a really good read by Nerchio. He only saw the Zealots. He didn't see any kind of other units. And so this might go really nice force fields, keeping most of those Zerglings away from his units, but he expended almost all the energy on these sentries. So now when those force fields do fall, all these Zerglings are going to be able to get a really nice surround on these units. There go the force fields, forced to retreat, lost another Zealot to the Zerglings. Warping in what few units he can, and there goes Nerchio taking the gold 4th. I really like this choice. When you're ahead, as Day 9 says, get farther ahead. Except that's not Day 9, that is Tasteless. Tasteless says, when you're ahead, get farther ahead. He's got another proxy pylon over here. I really like the positioning of it. I think the Zergling is just within range to see it. No. Zergling does not know that it's there. He's sitting there waiting for one to go down. Zerglings are just holding the middle. Roaches are out now. Have a Stargate down here for Socke, and a bunch of Void Rays now moving up across the map. Zerglings moving down, trying to take out the third again. Now this 4th for Nerchio is just now finishing up. He's going to be able to get a lot of mineral boost off of that. Here comes the drone transfer already. Roaches and Zerglings moving out. If they engaged right there, Socke would definitely come out on the end of that, the bad end of that engagement, except for force fields. But instead, he's pulling back. He's going to sack the third again. He's going to lose it to all these Roaches and Lings. A whole bunch more Lings moving in. But I think, the Void Rays are coming across. They're going to reveal themselves. Mutas now for Nerchio. But Mutas are not all that great against Phoenix. Phoenix can micro around those Mutas so perfectly, and the 4 Void Rays just eating all the enemy units. Zerglings and Roaches moving up, trying to finish off this third before it can come up. Before the Void Rays can get there and kill off the Roaches. Good liftoffs by the Phoenix. The third is cancelled again by Socke. So many Stalkers going down, but I just want to let you guys know, Roaches and Zerglings are not all that great against Void Rays and Phoenixes, given that they can't shoot up. And so now this second base, the natural expansion from Socke, looks like it might be in a lot of trouble. He's way oversaturated here because he thought he'd have that third by now. And now he's pylon blocked. This is so bad for Socke. He might end up losing it right here. All these Zerglings now moving into the main. into the mineral line, killing off the gas probes, stopping all that air from coming in. Building a bunch more pylons to unsupply block himself. He's got a Twilight Council coming down. So many air units, though. If he just moves across the map with those... Well, I don't know. He's got Spore Crawlers here. He's got Spore Crawlers there. No Spore Crawlers in the main or the natural yet, though. So if Socke bypassed those first two bases and went straight to the main, he could destroy the tech structures, and Nerchio would be crippled. Not that, Socke isn't already crippled due to the lack of a third. And there he goes, trying to throw it down again, but the Zerg are already there to stop it. Nerchio doing such a great job starving his opponent. He's on 4 bases, really 4.5 thanks to this gold. And he's keeping Socke down to just 2. The main's already almost mined out. The natural's way oversaturated. But again, Zerglings and Roaches don't do all that great against air units. Here come a bunch of Phoenix. They're going to be able to get right in that main and smash all these drones. 2, 4, 5, 6. How many drone kills can you get? 6 drones going down before that Spore Crawler even had a chance to finish. Macro hatch for Nerchio. He's going to be able to pump out so many units. He's got 11 Corruptors already on the field, 5 meters. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't go into Hydras, although a Protoss player loves to see Hydras since they're countered by Colossi so easily. Zergling are sitting in the mineral line now, forcing all the probes away from the natural, running right by into the main. This is so horrible for Socke. I think he's going to lose it right here. All the probes forced to come off. Here come the Void Rays, defending the main. No mining going on right now for Socke. He is completely pulled off. All the probes now on the natural. The third base trying to go down again. Here come a bunch of Roaches. They're going to go right in and stop it. This is just looking devastating for Nerchio for the win. Yep, that natural is probably going to go down again. Here come the Void Rays to try to save it. A bunch of probes coming out. Is he going to cancel? He is not going to cancel. So if Nerchio can take that, that's going to be 4,000 minerals down the drain for a Socke who is just not mining for almost 30 seconds. But no, the Roaches look like it's going to get picked off. Plenty of Void Rays, nice pickups by the Phoenix. And he manages to save the third. But here come a whole lot more Roaches moving right into the natural now. Catching all these probes. He doesn't even care. He's on such a good economic lead. He's streaming units. Non-stop production from our Zerg player. Zerglings running right by. They're going to get right in. They're going to finish the Nexus. That is huge. Socke has been denied that third base for the 3rd or 4th time this game. And now the Corruptor's doing work on the Phoenix. The Phoenix actually do out-damage the Corruptors a little bit. Or no, they were both about the same. Because the Phoenix get a bonus against light, but the Corruptors are armored. The Corruptors get a bonus against massive, but the Phoenix are definitely not massive. They are simply light. So now he's keeping his Void Rays with his main army, defending that third, or rather, defending the long-distance mining that he has now been reduced to. The main is not even worth resaturating. He's got so many probes here. He could probably do a full train just long-distance mining here. Meanwhile, up in the Zerg's base, his main still isn't completely mined out. So the Zerg Nerchio is mining off of 4 bases, one of them being gold. The constant stream of units is continuing to come down for Nerchio. You can just open up to the production tab and see. He has never not been making units. He's got 2 more hatcheries coming down, an expansion over here, and another macro hatch in the main. He's going to be on 6 hatcheries really soon. The Protoss army is starting to look a bit scary, but the reinforcement capabilities from Nerchio are just devastating. He's got a whole bunch of Corruptors, and I would not be surprised to see a Greater Spire coming down soon. This lair has not morphed into a hive yet. I do not see an infestation pit coming down yet. So that's really surprising. Force Field's doing a lot of good keeping these Roaches at bay. This might have just one Socke that small engagement. This one Void Ray is all that remains of the mighty Protoss fleet. 4 Corruptors to completely destroy that. They should be casting Corruption. They have plenty of energy. It's not even an energy ability. There we go. Corruption on 1 unit. These Roaches moving in close, going to take out these Stalkers so quickly. Sentry's throwing down the force fields, trying to defend. Don't think it's going to be enough. I think Nerchio is going to be able to break this. Especially, there you go, Socke with the good game. That was a very, very convincing win for the Zerg player. He did so much damage, and then he didn't really do a whole lot in the early game. He did deflect this third. Nerchio hasn't left the game yet. He's still there picking off Roaches. Or picking off nothing. There we go. Endre was the one who was still left in the game, one of the observers. He did so much damage early on just containing the Protoss that he was able to take this third and this fourth with almost no opposition. The Protoss Socke was on his back foot the entire game. That was just extremely well played by Nerchio. So good game to both players, and I'll see you guys next time.